the Battle of Brisbane ignites. It's only 2 years old, but it is well and truly on. 5:30 p.m. live and exclusive on Fox League. The only place to see it is right here, and it is an important game, Gordy, for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, well, the Dolphins over 75 years old and the Broncos 36, but the rivalry's there. They both want to own the town. You see their flags up all year round. The Dolphins want to obviously, set a precedent that there's two sides in Brisbane, and Brisbane want to hold on to be called the Brisbane Broncos. So I think it might be a sellout. And
do you feel it up there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You got to pick a side, and everybody asks you who's going to win. It's probably the game, Cowboys and Brisbane, but this one, Dolphins versus the Bronx. Who's going to win? Who are you going for?
Sometimes the game just serves up awesome narratives, and when you see that vision of Kevy as a player pulling Wayne's ears after they've won a premiership trophy together, they won 5 competitions in total at the Brisbane Broncos, and this script, you couldn't possibly pen it any better. There is no game that Wayne would have had circled on the calendar more than the Brisbane Broncos, because it was a bitter split. He still holds a lot of resentment about the way that his time at the club finished, and as much as they are mates, Wayne and Kevy, and they've spent a lot of their lives winning and enjoying success together, Wayne would love nothing more than to rub the Broncos out of September contention by winning this weekend.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. The loser, done. And to set up the Queensland rivalry, as Gordy said, they've had the Cowboys, they've had the Titans, but this is a genuine local derby that the Broncos have been craving out for, and it's everything to play for. It's awesome.
Everything to play for, and the Dolphins won't be intimidated by the Broncos, claiming they own Suncorp Stadium, as they deny Wayne Bennett's South Sydney switch has impacted their season.
You play every game wanting to win, but yeah, obviously, Broncos are a big club, and at the moment they're up 3-0. So personally, I'd love to just get a win against them. Just that Battle of Brisbane.
Tony Staggs says it's their home.
Well, we'll be in the home sheds on the weekend, so it's our home on Saturday.
A few people sort of having a crack, saying that since Wayne has signed his South, club's gone downhill.
Oh, I think that's just external noise. From day dot, Wolfie signed to be the head coach. So, for us, if anyone's playing bad, they're Wolfie's coaching next year. So you're not going to have a spot in the team if he realises that you're not committed to training or playing this year. So, I don't sort of read too much into that.
He speaks about Christian Wolf there, heavily impacted in their game plans and the way that they prepare for each week, and has always been earmarked as the coach after Wayne leaves. Will Christian Wolf break the curse
of following Wayne into bat?
Following Wayne in the bat.
It's a big assignment, isn't it? And when you look at the list of previous coaches who've tried it, it's a tricky assignment. I think the trap that a lot of young coaches can fall into, having worked under Wayne, is they try and be too much like Wayne. So it's important that Christian Wolf is his own person. He's had a lot of success overseas in the UK Super League. He's won premierships over there. He's had success with Tonga. He was the coach when Tonga upset Australia in those awesome scenes over in New Zealand a couple of years ago. So I think that he still needs to make some astute signings to his roster. No Tom Flegler has been a huge out for them all season. Jeremy Marshall-King also injured for the back half. He's got to get into the market. I know they were trying for Daniel Saifidi. I don't think that's happening at this point in time. But if he can get in the market and make a couple of key signatures, then I think he can break the duck.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, no Tom Gilbert this year has hurt him as well. But the Daniel Saifidi situation, he went up to the Dolphins last week and toured the facilities. I think he's keen to get there. It's just a matter of the Knights and the Dolphins agreeing to financial terms to try and get that deal done. But the difference, I guess, in following Wayne this time compared to other situations is that he's only been there for 2 years, Wayne. And a lot of the players that he had, they haven't had a huge amount of success there. So the emotional connection that he would have had with the Dragons players, obviously the Broncos players, South Sydney, and even at Newcastle, while they didn't have success, he brought a lot of those players too, and a lot of those guys followed him to Newcastle. So I think that emotional attachment that he's left with every other club might not be as severe as it is at the Dolphins.
A lot of their senior players that Wayne brought to the club too are ageing and won't be there much longer. But is that why teams struggle after Wayne? Because Wayne leaves, he kind of leaves with an aura, and it's hard to sign players. It's hard to attract players when Wayne just ups and goes, right? So is that why you think teams struggle after he leaves? Or?
I think Hoops, he just knocked it on the head. You've got to be yourself, because Wayne can just walk past you. He mightn't say anything for 3 days. And other coaches think, well, is that what, like the way you do it? But it works for Wayne because the silent treatment, you think, what's on his mind? So Wayne just has that aura, and it's only Wayne can coach the way Wayne wants to coach. But at the end of the day, when he delivers a message, you can hear a pin drop, right? And then if you're a new coach, don't think that you Wayne. Don't try to follow him. You've got to be yourself. But he does take a lot with him. And one, I think it's respect. Two, you're not allowed to bitch about Wayne. Like, you're not allowed to go to the media and go to your manager because Wayne will just get rid of you. Yeah. And then Wayne's got the power in that situation. So that's another one that he has in his pocket as well.
All right, meanwhile, Patrick Carrigan is confident his side can sneak into the finals despite a disappointing season.
To be in the position you're in now, you feel as though the team's underachieved?
Nah, we're still playing footy. Jacko, week in, week out. I know we're in this position, so all I can do is take it week by week, and we keep winning games, and who knows what you'll say then. So we're a bit unlucky in some games this year, and we had a lot of injuries and adversity in some of our outside backs just mid-games.
How can you think Wayne and Rita put a dagger in the heart of the Broncos finals campaign, knowing?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Wayne. He probably wants to win for Redcliffe and for his own supporters. So, yeah, mate, I obviously know what it's like to play under him. He'll have them ready to go, but, yeah, mate, I can't answer that.
Yeah, the Broncos, they're not thinking that they have underachieved. Said they were unlucky in a number of games this year and have remained confident the whole season, even heading into the last sort of month or two. Every interview, we're fine, we're going to make the finals. I don't see it that way, but they seem to really have just been in this cocoon where they have the ultimate belief that they are going to make finals, and they haven't underachieved this year. How do you guys see it?
Well, of course, if they don't play finals footy, they've underachieved. You can sugarcoat it all you like and have the positive energy or whatever they're trying to exhibit there. But if they don't make the finals, having gone so close to winning the premiership last year, it's a massive failure. It's not even close. It's a huge failure if they don't make the finals. And I can't see them doing it. Obviously, this week they play the Dolphins, and then they play Melbourne next week, and Melbourne will probably be full strength, having rested a stack of players. So I think this year will be a failure for the Broncos.
If they don't make the finals, it's a write-off season. At the beginning of the year, a lot of very good judges, retired champion players, had the Brisbane Broncos winning the premiership. Now, there's been a variety of reasons that have conspired, key injuries in key positions to name the most important one. But for them to not make the 8 off the back of making that grand final and the run that they went on with the roster that they've got, it's an abject failure. I do like the fact that they're a little bit cheeky, tongue-in-cheek, sledging the Dolphins. The Dolphins don't like to be referred to as Redcliffe, Gordon, but I noticed they've done it.
Kevy said it after the game.
Yes, exactly. Kevy started it.
Yeah, I know, but it's always been called Redcliffe Dolphins for 75 years, and in Redcliffe, the Dolphins are trying to stop Redcliffe being named, but that's good. But that's what you want. Like, you want it to be a proper rivalry, right?
I know your mates with Kevy, but if they don't make the finals,
he'd be disappointed.
It's a shocking failure.
Yeah. Well, it's a failure. Look, and there, injuries, but every club gets injuries. I reckon they would have certainly eyed off the top 4 and to have a real shot. And then now you see where Penrith are at in Melbourne. You would think if they were in the top 4, they would be the side that people would be liking. So, for one reason or another, a young group, they didn't manage expectations. I don't think as well as what they should have. But it'd be disappointed. But they must know something that we don't know, because they're confident of getting there, where I've got my fingers crossed.
Is there a bit of Bradley Charles Stubbs going on here, Gordon? I'm sensing the coach whisperer somewhere has been talking about it.
I can almost hear him as I hear the players and Kevy talk. It's like I'm listening to Bradley Stubbs. But you know what? I love the confidence. I love the belief at this stage, because they need it. That's the only way to approach it. Let's hope that they turn that confidence into results for their sake.